Do you love breakdowns? Do you need stats? Do you crave insight? Download the AllStar app. UFC, Bellator, PFL 1 Championship, and more. Ad-free, fully customizable. Download the best app in the business. Link in descriptions. UFC 287. Alex Pereira is the champ now, and Israel Adesanya is the challenger. It's an incredible fight. It's an incredible rematch. The first fight was insane. What do you see in the second one?
It all depends on if Izzy decides that he doesn't want to kickbox and if he's going to have an MMA fight. I think if Izzy decides to have an MMA fight and starts really adding in more takedowns, I think that changes the complexion of the fight. Granted, I think Pereira's not unskilled. It's not like, I mean, he got a takedown too in that fight. There's things that they can do, but he's just so big. I mean, that dude is massive, and you just can't take the shots that Izzy was taking. And that I I still think Izzy can do it. Is it going to be an interesting fight? Is it one I want to watch? Absolutely. That would be the fight out of all of them. No, the Islam fight. Yeah, the Volkanovski fight. Ah, yeah, those two. I mean, like, I still think that's going to be the one that's the most nerve-wracking. That's going to be the one we're biting our nails. I feel like the Volkanovski Islam fight is one that we're. This sounds terrible, but you're not waiting for the big bang, if that makes sense. I feel like Islam will smother him out. Volkanovski will hit him a lot, but you're not there. You don't have that big car crash moment to me in that fight. I feel like it's a who's able to implement a better game plan fight where, I mean, although Volkanovski for sure can knock anybody out, but it's just not, you wouldn't be like, oh man, he's a knockout artist. You're like, no, no, he's such a very, very technically skilled fighter, and he's got power for sure, but is he going to be able to knock out a lightweight? Yes, I'm sure. I mean, he used to be big, so for sure, uh, but yeah, the Izzy and Pereira fight is one where you're like, okay, at any point somebody can get slept, and okay, let's sit on that. So that's the exciting fight for me.
The battle on the scales, though. Pereira, like you mentioned, he's massive, and eventually those weight cuts catch up, right? Like you're a fighter, what I mean. Eventually, do right?
I think they do, but I think they do in different ways. And for him, I don't think I think he's going to be somebody that will wilt in rounds 4 and 5 if you make him wrestle rounds 1 through 3. I mean, I know everybody says that, but like that's a he's done so much kickboxing. There was never a moment on his face where he was looking like he was tired when he was on his feet. When he was on his feet, everything was relaxed. He's standing there. He knows how to breathe in those situations. But to make him really work physically in the first 3 rounds, I think that's where that big of a weight cut will really come into to hurt him. I don't think he'll be as sharp if Izzy can implement a game plan like that. But I feel like if you turned it into a 5-round kickboxing fight, even with a big weight cut, he's been doing it forever. He'll be fine.
Yeah.
But if you change the game, you make it much more of a grappling, wrestling type fight. I feel like that will burn him out, and I don't think he'd be able to make all 5 rounds.